Hey guys, this is Kingdom Key PW for Zombicide Elite Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a very exciting video that I've been wanting to bring you for the last couple of days, and I just haven't had a chance to do it until today. Now, a few days ago I got an email in regards to the Destiny Alpha Access, which basically, is, guys, it's a new game from Bungie, which is the people that made Halo. And this game's been making for a couple years now, and there hasn't really been a lot. I mean, there's been certain information recently about it, obviously not loads of kind of stuff. But obviously, I think due to E3, it got sort of, well, I don't know if it wasn't announced at E3 or not, but it just seems to be at E3 it gets released. But anyway, so basically, gets an email about seeing if I wanted to apply for alpha status. Now, so alpha stage game, which basically means it's before beta, so it's not a finished product. It's like a sort of, as I call it, it's kind of like a beginning of the gameplay, just to sort of test it out, see how how it looks, kind of things, and give people a chance to actually play on it. Well, due to having PlayStation Plus, I think everyone on the PS4 got an invite to this, and obviously it was just basically put your email address and apply. Well, I applied, and obviously I got through to play Alpha. Now, obviously, at first I didn't actually know what this game really was about to begin with. I mean, obviously I didn't really like Halo, so I thought, oh, it's just going to be another Halo game. It's a different name, different characters, maybe different world. But after actually sort of playing it, I realised it's actually it's similar to a massive massive multiplayer online RPG shooter. But it's got a few extra little features as well as it's not exactly a traditional sort of FPS RPG shooter. But one main thing as well, your world isn't completely full of people. It seems to sort of have a sort of what's one of sort of like a party filler. So, for example, you see later on in this video that I have 4 people. Well, that particular time when I actually joined, well, I went to do one of the story missions. That's kind of where it actually sent me. But initially, for now, like where I'm in the world at the moment, it seems to sort of randomly sort of put people in your party. Like, I think if you actually, if you're running, if they're in the same place I think it generally sort of fades them into your game, if that makes sense. So it's also good about this game is, even though it is like a massive online, it is still relatively easy to go solo, which is also a good thing as well. Especially that now, obviously, not having anyone on my friends having a PS4, it was pretty, there's no one really that could actually play with me. So that's pretty good as well. I mean, as you can tell, I'm sort of just soloing up a little bit. I mean, this is like pretty much the first sort of 20 or so minutes of gameplay of this particular clip here. Well, actually, somehow I found a Magnum, which is actually a pretty powerful gun, and even the weapon types are pretty cool, and also something which I like as well, which I think you'll be seeing very shortly, is the vehicle. Now, the vehicle as well is also epic part of the game. So basically, you can summon your vehicle pretty much wherever you are, really, and you can just go around, fly around, and fuck shit up, basically. And because this map isn't too tremendously big, but I believe I did kind of cover the whole area, I believe. But it is a fair old size, guys, and so having this little vehicle to fly around is actually just really, really helpful to get from place to place. So that's pretty sweet as well. Now onto the weapons. Now I'm not sure if these can be obviously the full weapon class, weapons you can use, because it is only alpha. But the weapons they have is a auto rifle, which is pretty much your standard machine gun kind of thing, or assault rifle. We have a scout rifle, which seems to be a single shot rifle, similar to maybe to a marksman if you're looking at ghosts and that kind of stuff. Also, you have secondary weapons, which are called special weapons, which comprise of shotguns, sniper rifles, and plasma rifles, I believe. And obviously, you also get your heavy weapons, which is your machine gun, which I wouldn't really call it a heavy gun really, but it's called a machine gun. That's pretty epic. I mean, they've got the armor rounds are pretty higher than normal, but they're not obviously fantastic. But they've got some decent rounds on them, and also they can also get rocket launchers and that kind of stuff. Now, also, which I think I like about this game as well, is the actual mission side of things. So even though your basic game, guys, is obviously there is actually a story to. That's just me messing around with the with the emotes there. But basically the game does have a story to it. I mean, obviously I've only played the first story mission. I guess it's the first mission. I don't actually know, because obviously it's only alpha, so the game isn't complete. But with that story mission, it's they are quite good. I mean, you'll see later on in the video, I'll talk about it a bit more often. We have to sort of kill this massive robot. Then you get this massive like purple sort of turrety thing, which is pretty cool. This what have I green at the moment? I think this is. Oh right, yeah, is that a pulse rifle? Yeah, so no, it is a pulse rifle. Yeah, so yeah, so I don't really like the pulse rifles because they are pretty much like a triple shot, but the recoil on it is really, really bad. I mean, hence why you see me switch to my handgun there because I prefer to use my handgun. But yeah, so anyway, in this particular clip, yeah, this is one of the clips where I was playing with some other random people, guys. Now, this is also still part of the story mission. So to be fair, the story mission was actually quite a large. Actually, no, hang on. Is this story mission? No, sorry. This was just a general mission that I picked up, and I was just on this. A lot of people time I was following people, and they weren't really following me. They kind of went and did their own thing. So these are the kind of ones that kind of followed me, and kind of, which I'm guessing they were doing the same mission.
Great. The way out of here is sealed.
But yeah, I mean, also the gun I'm using at the moment, guys. To be honest, this gun is a pretty awesome gun. I think this is one I found. I think actually in this particular sort of area it was actually really, really good, and to be fair, it's probably the best gun I've actually picked up since I started playing. Also, you get your little companion there, which is called a ghost, which by the look of it, I think you're about to upgrade and change. I didn't seem to find any upgrades at least in the game so far. I may have just missed them, but he pretty much does most of your. So often you'll hear someone talking to you. That's basically a ghost talking to you, which is pretty cool, and he helps you do missions. Like now he's hacking that. What he was doing is removing the laser so we can get past the next area. But also the other stuff was that's how you summon your vehicle. It's how you summon your. It's how you obviously go back to orbit. You can go back to the station and change area. And yeah, this is the boss I was telling you about. Now he was pretty much of a beast because how to kill this thing? You actually have to shoot its legs, which does the most damage. Now, as you can tell. He can pretty much kill you in one shot, so you've got to be really, really careful. We actually do go down quite a few times in this particular sort of mini boss, I guess you want to call it. Because it was actually harder than the actual end of the map boss. But he had two attacks. Like one is this massive cannon, which literally just kills you one shot, and then he shoots these like I guess they're like sort of grenades kind of thing, and they sort of just bounce all over the place. Which is about to fire now. Yeah, I think so. And then eventually they do so much damage, they eventually just wipe you out after 3 or 4 of them. So that's fun. But no, it was a fairly interesting sort of battle guide, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't too hard. As you know, I said we went down a few times, but it was quite enjoyable, to be honest. And anything I didn't really like was about for some reason when you're actually doing the slime mission, you kind of you can obviously. If you die, you can obviously spawn back in or someone revives you. Well, normally if you're playing solo, it takes 4 seconds. But for some reason, it takes 21. When you're, I think it's because you're just in a mission. It just makes it hard, I'm guessing. And because half the time the guy, let's died again there. One of the guys actually did revive me a few times, but the other guy didn't. So that guy with the hood there, he was reviving me quite a lot. The guy up there was a bit of an idiot, didn't actually revive me at all. You know, I picked them up quite a few times, but yeah, this is the main boss of the sort of mission. It's you see a few of these turrets around, obviously when you're playing, running around the sort of map. Yeah, but it was fairly easy to beat. I mean, it was just pretty much just shooting them in the eye. Basically, didn't really have much health, to be honest. Which was like, okay, it's a bit weird that robot took so long to beat, and we did this in like really quickly. So it's a bit weird how that worked out, but. The enemies, guys, they're called the Fallen, which even though they don't have the same feel, they do kind of have the same feel of the Covenant from Halo, if that makes sense. Like, I know it's completely different, but just seems to have a similar sort of idea in the sense that, so I don't know the story behind them, but just have to have they just kind of, when I look at them I think, they kind of look like evolved Covenant, to be honest. So yeah, but I mean they're pretty good. I mean they're not quite easy to take down. There's a few stronger enemies which you'll face later on, like you get a couple of the captains which have shields and they take forever to drain. And you get the that's also, guys, that's the special skill that I had. That's for the Titans. That's what he does. He kind of like, it's like an area attack, so it just fucking wipes out. For him, it didn't really do fuck all, but for all the enemies, it does actually quite a lot of damage, to be honest. That's just me trying to get some over there. Because yeah, enemies drop ammo and
great shadow over our city. They don't seem to drop the heavy ammo as much, but I don't know if it's because you're not using it, I don't actually know. But yeah, so that's basically the boss for the particular story mission. I don't know if this is even going to be in the actual game, guys. So, I mean, I hope it will be, because it'll be easy to, oh, no, I'm doing so. And as you can tell, yeah. Also, guys, with leveling, as it is an RPG in a sense, you do get to level your skills up. So, I mean, so far the max level in the alpha was 8, so I've got to the max level now. And I mean, later on, you don't see it in this particular gameplay I'm showing you guys, but I basically went back and started doing some more leveling. I managed to get a complete whole level. Now, it doesn't actually level you up. What it actually does, guys, it actually unlocks more skills for you. So, I mean, to be honest, I mean, if you really wanted to, I mean, I think the beta's only for this weekend anyway. Well, alpha's only for this weekend anyway, so it's probably not going to have enough time to actually do it. But I would think that when the map comes out, I'm guessing you would just keep leveling. But I mean, every minute's something to look at, guys. If you want to level up your character to see what skills you get. But I mean, I haven't actually personally done that because I couldn't be bothered, to be honest. And well, that's really kind of it, really, guys. So I'm saying I really did enjoy the gameplay. Now I have got quite a lot of gameplay, sort of, you know, available, guys. But I just want to really bring this quick video, just to let you know that I played it and how awesome it was. And also, this is your sort of infantry function as well. Just before I go, guys, this is kind of where you go for your weapons and that. So, I mean, also weapons also upgrade as well. As you can just briefly saw there, me looking at my weapons. I can put new sights on it and that kind of stuff. And the same with armor as well. So if armor's like green color, they can actually get an upgrade on. Which adds another strategy to the game as well, which I think is really, really good. Just gives something to do, guys. It makes it more interesting, and so yeah. And also, yeah, this is your tower. So this is like the Guardian's tower. This is basically where your base camp is, where you can get weapons, armor. You can sort of go to the Crucible, which is the it's the sort of online proper multiplayer version of the game, which I haven't actually had a look at yet. So I may pop on that at some point, just have a quick look at that. But I mean, you know, guys, I'm not a very big multiplayer anyway, to be honest, like proper multiplayer. But yeah, so anyways, that's it really. So I hope you enjoyed this very brief, very short video on Destiny. I said we'll be continuing doing loads more videos. As you know, guys, we're kind of back to doing quite a bit of stuff. So I want to try and finish what I've already started, and then I want to try and bring a bit more variety. You know, might be some old games, might be some new games. It may even be more this, you know, just little commentaries I want to do with this gameplay on the back, because I've got quite a bit recorded. Because I've been playing like 4 or 6 hours yesterday, and I got to level 8, so that's pretty cool. And also as well, guys, obviously apart from the Titan class, which I went with, there's 2 other classes as well, which should at the beginning, which is the Warlock and I think it's the Hunter, I think, or the Vanguard. I can't actually remember the particular name. But yes, I haven't actually tried any of them out. I've briefly tried the Warlock, which is one of the sort of clips you saw at the beginning as well. That's where that basically was. But yeah, I can't really say much about it because I haven't really played them. But the Titan classes are pretty beast. So, well, guys, I'll say thank you guys for watching. I've been KiddyKBW. I'm sure we'll see you again very soon for some more gameplay. Until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.